What is up, Houston, Texas fans? Mello Mike here for the Bull Bash podcast of the Houston, Texas fans, getting you ready for this weekend's playoff matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. Today, we're going to be talking about in this video, is this the best Texans defense we've seen? Now, statistically speaking, I know the 2011 Wade Phillips defense is the best statistical defense in Texans history. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is we've seen some historic things from this defense that we have not seen as Texans fans. I mean, we look at Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Tua, Josh Allen, Jared Goff. All five of those quarterbacks coming in to face this Texans defense this year have had the worst games of their entire careers. This is a defense that can pretty much do it all. We've seen them stop the likes of a Jonathan Taylor. We saw them stop J.K. Dobbins last week in that Chargers rushing attack. We saw them turn Jared Goff over 5 times in a game at a time when he was coming in as, a very, very efficient quarterback. He was setting records for quarterback ratings and completion percentages when he came into that game against the Texans. This Texans defense is able to harass quarterbacks. They're able to stop the run. They're able to create turnovers. I mean, there is nothing that this defense cannot do. So we have to ask that question as Texas fans. Have we ever seen a defense before that has been able to do the things that this Texans defense has done this year? I mean, the edge rushers, Will Anderson, this guy is he's a terror. He is like an amped up bull out there running through a china shop. He has that unique ability to convert speed to power. He gets off of that line very, very quickly. And he translates that speed and that get off into just a ferocious bull rush where he's able to walk back some of the best offensive tackles in the league right into the quarterback's lap. And then Neil Hunter on the opposite side, this guy was snubbed for the Pro Bowl by Max Crosby. Why? I don't know. That just goes to show that, Pro Bowl voting is a joke now. They did away with the game. It's a popularity contest. The real measure of how good of a player is comes down to the All-Pro team. And, of course, we can't talk about All-Pro without mentioning our star cornerback, Derek Stingley. And this year, he's pretty much put that debate away as to who was better, him or Sauce Gardner. There's no more people questioning us about taking Stingley over Sauce Gardner. Stingley has come out this year and just basically shut that narrative down completely. And then you talk about the rookies in this back end. I mean, Kamari Laster, he's right behind Derek Stingley, number 3 in the league, with the lowest completion percentage allowed for a cornerback. I mean, 2 and 3, these guys have just been complete lockdown corners all season long, making plays. And then Caleb Bullock, man, 3rd round pick, you got to say, this guy is an absolute steal. And I don't think the Texans have had a better true center fielder at safety than Caleb Bullock. And this is his rookie season. So if him and Kamari Laster are able to take second-year leaps, the way that we saw Henry T do this year, I mean, these guys could potentially be on Pro Bowl, all-pro caliber pass themselves if they continue to develop. And then you got to look at, the deepest position on this team is that linebacking core. There's no question about that. We dealt with the injury to Christian Harris all year long, suspensions to Aziz Alshire, and D'Amico Ryans has just been able to plug and play linebackers like nobody's business. Whether it was Neville Hewitt or Jake Hansen, it did not matter. Devin White, he was able to throw those guys in there. And the defense never skipped a beat. But the main thing and the biggest difference between this year's defense and last year's defense is that defensive tackle rotation that he's got going there. You've got 2 guys that can play inside or out with Mario Edwards and Danico Autry. You've got the best run stopper of the group, Bolu Fatukasi, a guy that really, really sets that tone up front and is probably the best when it comes to being an interior pass rusher and a run defender, having it all tied up into a complete game in Tim Settle. And you got a guy who's made some contributions in Tommy Togiai. So this Texas defensive line has been pretty much stacked up front. And we just have to ask. I mean, these are some of the things that I have not seen in my time. And I've been watching football for a good number of years. I've not seen a defense who has come out in a single season and been able to get quarterbacks who are playing at the top of their game, like a Justin Herbert, who only had 3 interceptions all year, or a Jared Goff, who was one of the most efficient, or Tua coming into that game, who was on a statistical hot streak and he was very, very efficient coming into that, and just make them look like somebody that was on a JV squad in high school. I mean, it's a question that we've got to ask ourselves. So I'm curious to know what your thoughts are, what your comments are. Leave them down below. Do me a favor, support the channel, hit the like button, subscribe, but most importantly, leave a comment, and I'll be sure to get back to you. I hope you guys have a great night, and we will see you for the playoffs.